All right, everyone. I've just finished with my homemade taco meat. So now I am ready to make my refried beans. I cooked some pinto beans today in the slow cooker. While I was out doing my shopping, it was cooking in the slow cooker and my house smelled amazing when I got home. So now I'm ready to make my refried beans with those pinto beans. And I'm also adding some oregano, and I'm gonna add some cumin seeds. It's gonna be a really simple recipe. I already cooked my beans with some onions, so I'm just gonna add some more. I'm gonna saute some diced onions, and then I'm going to add my beans, add my spices, and then I'm going to mash my beans. And you'd really be surprised how easy this is. So I'm gonna start out by dicing up the rest of that onion. The last time I made homemade refried beans, I did put a lot of the bouillon seasoning in them and a lot of spices, and they almost, it was almost like bean dip. So I'm just going a little bit easier on it today. So I've got my onions ready, I've got my ground spices ready, and so we're ready to go to the stove and cook our beans. So I'm just gonna take some of these beans from the slow cooker that I've cooked today, and I'm also going to want to take out quite a bit of the reserved liquid. I am removing the bay leaf because we don't want to eat that, but okay. So we'll just take these beans and their liquid and we'll go over to the stove. Okay, so for refried beans, you can use any kind of fat to the pan. You can use some bacon grease if you have some of that. You can even use butter. Today I am using a little bit of oil. I might just add a little bit more oil. Okay. Probably would be better with bacon grease, but it's good this way too. So sometimes the bacon grease will give it a little bit of smoky flavor, and that's not what I'm looking for today. So I've got the oil in the pan, or whatever fat that you want to add. Now I'm going to add some finely chopped onions, and I'll just want to saute that for a few minutes. But I definitely don't want it to get any kind of a burn. Saute that. So I don't want my pan too hot. If your pan is too hot, take it off the heat a little bit so your onion doesn't get any kind of a burn on it. Saute that onion for a few minutes here. I know that when I was a child, I did not like refried beans at all. So, but the taste has definitely grown on me. I just love them now. It used to be something I wouldn't even eat the refried beans. If I went out to a Mexican restaurant, I wouldn't even eat them. So, you know, sometimes your tastes change as you get older. All right. So now I'm ready to add my beans, and you also, when you're making your refried beans, you do want to add the bean liquid in the pan with it. So make sure that when you cook your refried beans, make sure not to drain those juices, because you are going to use them when you make the refried beans. And I'm just going to add my seasonings now. This is some cumin and oregano. And as it starts cooking in the pan, you just start mashing. Super easy and quick. If you do end up adding too much liquid, just allowing them to simmer a little bit longer will thicken them up. And also, they do tend to be runnier when they're hot. So as they cool down as well, they'll be a little bit thicker. That's it, you guys. So easy. Homemade refried beans. Another way I've seen people do it, I have seen people use an immersion blender. If you just want them super creamy, you can use a blender or an immersion blender. But I enjoy them like this, and I hope you do too.